Hey, I'm Austin Jones with Ken Stereo.
Hold on, Third Jim. This is my nephew. He's the future owner of this thing.
Oh, yes.
Mike Jones here with Ken's. We got a brand new show. He's going to tag along with me. We're kind of showing him the ropes. Let's get inside and check it all out.
This is what we do. We make your dreams come true with the sound and vision that's top notch and new. Ken's Audio Video, the only store for you.
All right, in the world of competition subwoofers, even if you're not competing and you want to have the kind of bass that competitors buy, this is where we are. Austin, talk about what's in stock. Let's
Oh,
do it.
yes. So if you want the best brands in the business, you're going to want Sundown Audio, SoundCube, Trinity, DS18. That's going to be the super, super big bass with tons and tons of power. So we have in stock right now is a Nightshade version 6, 15. This holds 3,000 watts RMS power. Easily can take 6,000 watts each.
And talk about this right here. Tell them about this 8-inch. This
We just got the new
most powerful
XV4
8-inch.
in.
Talk about this.
Yeah, so this is 1,000 watts RMS itself. It can handle up to 2,000 watts each 8-inch speaker. So if you want serious bass, we can even fit this underneath your seat. And like your Silverado or F-150, we can make it happen.
And then how do we power it amplifier-wise?
Yeah, so I mean, as far as amps, really a tried and true amp that we love to do is SoundCube. We have all these in stock right now. They make them all the way up to 10,000 watts. We have all the lithium battery banks that we need to power these amps too. We got everything that you need.
The fact that you can get an 8,000 watt amplifier, for $1,700 and it's bridgeable down to 1 ohm is incredible. But that's what these masterminds do. So when it comes to your bass, if you are ready to get into competition mode, even if you're not competing, but you want the level that the competitors use, this stuff is in stock and making in Warner Robins. Awesome. This is what we do. All right, in the world of flat panels, we do Sony, we know we do Samsung, and we do all the sizes, like all the baby stuff, all the way down to like 24s and 32s, all the way up to bigger sizes. The idea behind that is there is 4K, there's 8K, there's multi inputs, there's smart, there's OLED, there's LED, there's QLED. There's mini LED. There's so many things that can really confuse you when you start Googling at night. So I put that out there to say when you come in and talk with the Brainiacs, they'll make sure they fit one that fits your budget, that fits your performance needs, and fits your room. So a lot of times people will, I just went to a house yesterday and we were selling them a 65-inch to go above their fireplace, but their fireplace was 8.5 feet long. So we went to a much larger image because I didn't want it to look like a postage stamp on the wall. So there's a reason that I come out there, or Kurt, you'll see mine and Kurt's name come up. We'll come out and the estimate is free and pick parts. I'm doing a whole house sound system up in Barnesville right now with a pool sound system. I'll get on next month's show. And the idea behind that is he called me, I went to him. He didn't have to do anything. We just walked around, designed the system to fit his fancy. Where we were at was big flat panels. So we have in all sizes. We're the same size as they. What is they? They being .com. So if you go to Sony or you go to Samsung, we're the same price, but we have tech support. We service it and we have our own installers. Now, when it comes to big TVs, I'll take you down here. Austin, there's a smoking deal right now in the world of Sony. Take it away.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so right now we have a very, very big TV. So this is an 85-inch TV. Right now it's on special for $12.99. It's smart, it's 4K, it's got all the bells and whistles really that you want in these TVs. And you don't have to do a projector with this big of a TV.
Yes.
And you get a better picture quality, really.
It is fantastic. That's Sony.
Oh, yeah.
That's their newest. That is a 24 model. Am I correct?
Mm-hmm.
And now if we want bigger than that, Austin, the blessing of this new 98-inch TV is they just dropped it $3,000.
Yes.
It was an $8,000 TV. It is now $49.99. So I guess that's $3,001 less than it was. But this thing is as big as us, yes?
Yes.
Give us the rundown of the features and let's go from there.
Yeah, so this TV is a Sony TV, like you said. It's a smart TV. It's full array. So what that means is, like your standard TV is going to have your LED strips on the side and project your color and brightness. This one has it throughout the whole entire panel.
Which is why I guess the color is so fluid.
Yes.
Right, and of course it also reduces glare.
Yep.
In red. Now, can it be hung on the wall? Tell me about that.
Yep. So you can put it on a stand. You can hang it on the wall. Yes, they do make mounts for this massive behemoth right here, but it can put it in any really situation that you have.
See, the idea behind that is, I think we were doing Flint EMC in gray. They just bought one that we're doing actually today. And the idea behind this is the sound is marginal. Mm-hmm. So in the world of sound bars, you want to come in and speak with one of the guys. Austin, just give us a rundown on sound bars from top to bottom.
Yeah, I mean, as far as sound bars from top, really it's going to be Sonos. They really have mastered that market because you can really add as many speakers as you want, as many subs as you want to the existing system. If you want something that's more a little bit budget friendly, we have Sony sound bars starting anywhere from $149 and up. They have Bluetooth. They can hang on the wall. You can sit them on a stand. Really makes it easy.
So the idea is, whether you're doing a full theater or sound bar, the blessing is with the phone numbers that you see come up on the screen, we can send somebody to you to do an estimate. If not, come to one of the stores in the Macon, Superstore in Macon or Superstore in Warner Robins, talk to the brainiacs, and they'll set up a time for my men. It takes multiple men to bring this one out. For men to come out, they set it up. They set up your Wi-Fi. They teach you how to use it. And all you got to do is sit down and enjoy. Sony, 98, best brands, best price, in-store service. This is what we do. All right, in our Macon and our Warner Robins location, I have Austin, my nephew, with me today.
Okay.
And what is, we have these booths set up where you can come in and you can test radios, you can test amplifiers, and you can test speakers. So Austin, talk about head units, talk about radios. What's the best deal? Let's just kind of give them some ideas of what's on fire right now.
So right now, as far as radios, people are wanting touchscreens. Everybody's used to their smartphone. They want Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. That's the new hit thing now, really. Our most popular one that we're doing right now is this one made by Pioneer. It's a complete floating screen. It's a 10-inch screen, and it does wireless CarPlay, wireless Android Auto. So you don't have to plug in to access any of these features. You can do your maps, you can do your phone calls, talk to text. Makes it super, super easy. That way you don't have to, pick up your phone and get all not safe.
Breaking the law?
Yeah, exactly.
Right. And these will also do a backup camera.
Yep.
And they have their own amplifiers built in, but you can add amplifiers as well. Now, as far as if we're not going to spend $899 on a radio, what's the best choice? Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to go down from there, but you still want a touchscreen, right now we have a special on this Alpine. This is actually $299. So $299, you get wired CarPlay, wired Android Auto, and you get Bluetooth. And it's an Alpine.
So $299, and then of course if you're just not into that, or you have the old school type vehicles, the single DIN radios like we've all had in our Camaros and our Honda Civics and all the stuff over time, are be anywhere from $199 and up. Now in the world of speakers, we carry a slew. I use the word slew, but right now we're using this audio control is going to be just a really good deal for what you get. They have a two-way, which has the tweeter in the middle, and a component set which has a separate tweeter for $249 or $299. Let me just give you a little small demo. It's some old school sound, but it kind of gives you an idea, clarity-wise. I can give you a little more juice than that. Let me turn it up a little bit. Just a clean sound. Audio Control's been a company been around over 30 years. But for $249, now you might say, I don't want to spend $249. Well, Alpine's got a pair for $149. We even have a set of 6.5s for $99. So we're able to fit the budget and get it installed and stand behind the warranty right here on site at our Macon and a Warner Robins location. So in the world of base packages, Austin, just give us this breakdown as to how that works from low to big or big to low, whatever you choose.
Yes, I mean, as far as base packages, we're going to have packages starting anywhere from $499 and up. That's with everything you need, installed, warranty, everything is covered. So you can go anywhere from, like an 8-inch powered subwoofer, something really small that can fit, in a compact vehicle, or you can go all the way up to, dual 18s or 15s or 12s or 10s. We have every option really that you can think of or maybe even want.
And in the world of custom now, look, we've been talking about this Mustang.
Oh my
We've been
God.
talking about our Yukon.
Yep.
We've been talking about the Slingshot that we've just purchased in different worlds. But I think we should take it over to the Mustang to give if call it a progress report.
Oh, yes.
Because this Mustang is
Ridiculous.
Is ridiculous. Check this out. All right, here we are. We're in the bay. This is the Mustang. Again, it's a big project car. Well, let me just start with the interior to give you an idea what it takes to power this mama. Check this out, Austin.
Okay, so right now we're kind of in the middle of doing all the interior and running all the cables and everything. So you can see this massive zero gauge wire, so it can withstand all the power that we're pushing. So we're going to have all our fuse blocks and everything ready. We have all of our ground distributions done in two. And then we also have our no-lie limitless lithium batteries right here that will power the whole system with ease. We also did a high output alternator, that way we can charge these batteries fast enough, especially when this bass hits.
Now, in the realm of that, now, how you've got a touchscreen, floating touchscreen in the front and everything, but in the back where he said, I want it to be show car worthy. That was a very big part of this installation.
Oh, yeah.
And I want you to look at this I want you just to kind of soak this up at first. All this blue is just so we don't scar any of his panels or his paint. But I want you to give you an idea about this. And Austin, just explain the breakdown of what we have looking at.
Yeah, so as far as this whole build, the main trunk pieces are going to be, of course, your enclosures for your subs. So these are actually two separate enclosures, one on each side. We're not finished with it, obviously. You just have some false panels at the top, but we have our amplifier centered right here, which is actually pushing about 8,000 watts of power to these subs. These subs can hold about, really 3,000 and up. all day long.
So we're 12,000 watts of power roughly for the entire vehicle. He had his own airlift systems already in that we kind of incorporated into the custom side of it. This is all removable panels that you can do servicing with, which I think is super nice. You'll see how this kind of pulls out to get to everything. And I like how that's our lead installer, Chris, that fabricates and fabricates and fabricates. You notice the thickness of the wood here. The reason that is these woofers actually have to be an inverted style. I'm sure you've seen a cutaway of how that goes into there now. It actually has the magnet hanging out because of the size of it and to be able to get the bass that we need. So you've got a Mac Daddy alternator doing what it do, you've got the battery bank doing what it do, the distribution block doing what it do, and all that so that the car can still be running off of the car side of the power, and then the creation of the Ken side of it can make sure that everything runs seamlessly. He can not only drive it like he wants to drive it, but he can play the music like he wants to. All right, Austin, we're looking at a factory door panel. Talk to me.
Yep. So this is the factory door panel, as you can see. Quite boring, really, not show quality. But we go right over here is the custom door panel that we're currently building right now. So we're actually going to have an 8-inch super horn speaker going in the factory 8-inch spot. We're going to do some customization, make sure it looks good. Then we're going to have our 6.5s all molded right here with grills and everything too.
So just speaking with the installer, all this will be contoured and leather wrapped, and it'll be a custom door panel. So going from factory to Mac Daddy sound and then full customization. So again, this is the pre. I think we're, within the next 2 to 4 weeks, I think we'll be wrapping things up and putting it on the next show. And this is what we do. You come in and let Austin design the system. You let him and Chris to get there to find out how far we can go with it, which I have found no limitations with these guys yet. But at the end of the day, it's awesome. Now, this Mustang is one way. Let me just flip you this way, and this is a pre of this too. This is a custom slingshot. We do a lot of slingshots. We own a slingshot, as a matter of fact. And this has many, many, many drivers in it, meaning speakers. It has a floating Alpine head engine you can see on the dash right here. And then if you look right here where the magic happens, these are Rockford Fosgate marine amplifiers that will mount underneath this seat. Sub enclosure can be in place, all your midnights. Now you're just seeing a pre of this, but this is going to be smoking loud. If you remember the one I played about 2 months ago, was one of the loudest I've ever heard. Well, these guys are buddies, so which makes them competitive like us men get. So Austin, at the end of the day, this will be probably somewhere around 1,500 watts. Am I correct there?
Yeah.
And so the Brainiacs came, they got with him, they sat down with Chris to design the system, and bada bing, I'm guessing this is Spider-Man, Spider Slingshot.
Black Widow.
Black Widow is going to be rocking the house. This is what we do. All right, like, I know that you designed the system. I know that Chris and all the other installers have had their hands on it.
Yeah.
How much power is that at the end of the day, that Mustang?
I mean, we're going to be at about 12,000 watts total power.
Well, 12,000 watts
Yeah.
in a Mustang, which is cool. He hasn't really lost any people space. He just lost trunk space. He didn't want the trunk space because it's already a car that has air ride built in.
Yes.
And so with the air ride, we had to make room for our amplifiers, which you saw in the trunk. So that type of stuff does take quite a bit of time.
Yeah.
But in these situations where you're building a competition car, you'll come in and talk to the Brainiacs. He's the lead Brainiac, my nephew Austin. He knows it all. I just put that out there. And the blessing of that is they'll design a system based on performance, based on monies, and then end of the day, it's also based on good service. So Macon and Warner Robins, he's the king, he's the boss. So come see Austin, and he will get you hooked up. This is what we do. When you're thinking about this, we talk about smart TVs, we talk about smart homes and smart lighting and all of these things with theaters, and everything's dependent on tablets and phones and iPads and computers now, and Wi-Fi is a major part of that. I'm right here, I'm gonna throw you off to a segment where a lot of folks don't realize how much Wi-Fi we do. We do different levels of Wi-Fi depending on if it's commercial or home, or you just need better Wi-Fi distribution because, if you've got Cox Cable coming in your house, or you've got all the different servers that do that for Scythe Cable Net, those guys come in, getting in the house is one thing, but having that Wi-Fi throughout and having it out by your pool, that's a big deal. Let me show you what Cooper, my son, just did. This is awesome.
Hey y'all, Cooper with Ken Stereo here, and today we are doing something new for you, something I have not shown yet. Today we have a product called Ubiquiti, and we have the Dream Machine. I know it sounds pretty cool, but what it is outdoor, indoor Wi-Fi access points. What this does is if, let's say you get 1,000 megabytes a second in the living room, but if I go across the house to the kitchen, I'm getting 5 megabytes a second, which is terrible. I can't even watch a video on YouTube without it buffering and looking terrible. Y'all know how it goes, right? So we're at this beautiful lake home right here on Lake Toposovsky, and you can see here, come around right here. I just want you to look right here on the wall. We have a beautiful outdoor Wi-Fi access point. What this does is it actually takes the internet and it shoots it out So that way, if I'm over there at the hot tub, or if I'm in the pool, or if I'm almost down to the dock, I can actually get on my phone and I still have internet control over our Sonos sound system, or just watching YouTube and all that kind of stuff. Follow me real quick. We come inside, you can see we're actually in a downstairs. You probably saw in that there's an upstairs, there's a basement right here. And what's really cool about this is we can run the lines all the way over here, and look how sleek a design this is. This is just such a cool design. The circle, the just nice LED color I like. It's a personal favorite touch of mine. But what this does is allows you to get all of your home on the same Wi-Fi network, which so many of us have problems with nowadays, especially when the world is controlled by internet and Wi-Fi. Now, why don't we go to the equipment room so I can show y'all the actual Dream Machine. Let's go. Now we're actually in the equipment room, and I want to show you, this is a router, right? Just a little piece of plastic, right? Nothing special. I want y'all to show what the Dream Machine really is. Look up here. Look at this ginormous LED screen metal box, right? You're probably looking at it like, whoa, why is it so big? And that's because it makes your dreams come true. That's why it's called the Dream Machine. What's really cool about this is it has a main hub. So if you ever have any problems really on one side of the house and not on the other, that's where we can come in. We plug up to our machine. We have all the software on our computer, and we can diagnose the problem just like that. That's what makes this whole entire system really just come together in the end on our side, and it also makes it easy to use and easy to control from your side. So here's my dad's phone number right here. Just give him a call. He can come out and give you an estimate, whether you have a one-story little single family home house, or if you have a ginormous commercial building, right? It doesn't matter. This works for all type of areas. So give us a call. Thank you so much. Boom.
All right, in the world of receivers, we do Yamaha and we do Sony and Sony ES. Sony ES is the highest end, more towards the hands-on, handmade type approach. Also has a 5-year warranty from the factory, which is unheard of in the electronics world. This is a flagship piece. This is called the Sony 7000 ES. Now they make a 1000, 3000, 5000, 7000, and the idea behind these is they have discrete amplification. So in these, if you will be able to see through these vents, it has discrete amplifiers. That means every channel has its own amplifier unshared. That is rare, and that is kind of like a Yamaha thing, and I love they do that. Another thing is they have less than 0.08% distortion, which is incredible for a movie and or for music. Another thing it has, I love that it has this smooth panel that allows you to hook it into your network. You can control it from a smart device, but I love that if you're a nerd like me, this comes off and it gives you all of your fundamental controls here: gaming, media, Blu-ray, video, all your inputs and everything controlled from here. Control all of your surround sound parameters, and it has a zone 2. Zone 2 meaning you can power speakers outside. Now, just to not let you get too crazy, you got to see this. This is where it's at. This is a 13.2 channel ES amplifier. 13 channels and 0.2 meaning 2 subwoofers. You see it has multiple HDMIs. It supports right here, look, 4K and 8K and ARC, and it has built-in 2 outputs for you to run 2 different video monitors at the same time. It also has triggers to turn on TVs and projectors and fiber optic. The blessing of this receiver is this is a mammoth of a receiver. Now, their ES receivers start anywhere from about $7.99 all the way up to the flagship, which is $32.99, and I have all of them in stock. So go in the Macon and Warner Robins location and get your Sony ES surround sound Mac Daddy amplifier on. All right, now, you know, we do a lot of churches and we do a lot of conference rooms, and we have just been really blessed in those areas of our business. And a lot of times they overlap a little bit with the types of equipment, even in the types of videos. So this particular month, I'm going to show you, we just did Middle Georgia Regional Commission, which is at the old/new mall. I call it the old new mall because the mayor has done such amazing things in that mall to make it, if you haven't been in there, it is absolutely beautiful, but it is so functional to serve our community. So you got to see this from one end to the other of the spectrum for technology. They are technology up. Check this out. All right, we are at Middle Georgia Regional Commission in Macon, Georgia at the old, now called Old New Mall, because the mayor has made this place amazing, and this is just one of the conference rooms that we've done for them. Now, the idea behind this conference, this is the big one. I'm going to kind of give you a cutaway of what you see here. They're about to have their first meeting, and this is technology driven from the end. The blessing of this is we got to pre-wire this. They gutted this entire thing. I'm hoping that some pictures are coming up. The idea is we got a rear and front firing laser projector. So these Sony laser projectors allow us to have this much light in the room and still have a clear, crystal clear picture on the front and the back. How big? 161-inch image front and rear, and there's a matrix. We're going to get to that in just a second. We have microphones throughout that allows them to do zoom, robotic cameras in the front, robotic cameras in the back. The idea behind that is if they flip the room and they have people doing presentations, they can do it from either end of the room. Sound-wise, you're seeing the cutaway now of the flush mount speakers. They're 2x2 grid speakers, so they don't have to have speakers hanging down, wires hanging down, stuff in the way. Another thing is if they build like a horseshoe and they have a big conference room in here, you're seeing the cutaway now. We have HDMI plates built into the concrete, 4 different locations that allow them to hardwire into their internet or hardwire into be able to control the screens. You're seeing a cutaway now of the rack in the room. The idea behind the rack is I have my microphones all fully digital, and the blessing of these microphones is they allow us to put in what they call a dot code. What the dot code does is we put in the address and where it's located on the map, the actual map, and they pick a frequency that will allow them to never have background hiss and feedback and popping, and it just works crystal clear. Now, I'm going to show you the iPad here in just a second. The idea is we have digital sound, digital video, and digital streaming. Wait till you see how they control it, because it is a piece of cake. Awesome. All right, this idea behind this is we had done, when they were on Emory Highway, we did a different setting back then. And again, technology's changed a lot in the last 4 or 5 years. And with this, we have iPad control. The idea behind the iPad is it gives them digital control. The idea is they didn't want a floating iPad, so we mounted it here and you can swivel back and forth. The idea behind the digital side of it, here we go, right? I have a way to control all of my sound. Let this connect up. There's all of my sound, so I can control all my microphones separately. And the blessing of this is I can turn them up and down from here, or they can get on the network with the computer and control the same thing. Check this out. I have a way to control my projectors. So here's my front and my rear projector. Allows me to do power. I can do control the fans. I can control the color. Everything from here. I don't have to go to a remote control and do all that. Here's my rear projector that, again, same thing. It'll come up and gives me full control. It'll connect here in just a second. And here is the blessing. Now, with the matrix allows me to control multiple inputs and multiple outputs. As you see, this allows me to choose which floor I want to have HDMI control over. Do I want the wall HDMI, floor number 3, number 4, which projector gets what image? And so you can quite literally put a Zoom meeting up now. You're probably seeing a cutaway right now where we did a little test Zoom earlier. It allows you to do Zoom, or I can put a PDF file on the back and the Zoom on the front, or vice versa, or hit one button and everything connects to do the same. It has wireless digital lapel mic so they can clip on and clip off. They can even do a headset if they choose to. Now, when you do a setup like this, I'm sure again that you're seeing kind of a cutaway of the whole room right now. It has to be multifunction, where if everybody's facing forward like they are today, or tomorrow they may have it where they have the horseshoe or a big conference room table, this will do every single angle. And because you're seeing the cutaway of the way we did the cameras now, the robotic cameras oppose themselves. And the idea behind that is because they're fully robotic, I can have multiple presenters at the same time. Now, here's the phone number. This is where it all comes in. The idea behind the phone number is I will come to you just like I've done them. We've worked for them many times. I'm so very grateful for Middle Georgia Regional letting us be a part of their world, especially the new world. We did another conference room. I'm gonna get you to see a video of here shortly, a little smaller video version of this. The idea behind that, the phone numbers, I come out and design the system. This took months to get it all in place. We pre-wired it. We had to come in and terminate cables and terminate boxes into the concrete floor, and all that comes with on-site training. We're literally here doing on-site training and on-site service. Now, what about the training? Training with Ken's is uncut. Raise that, come up to that, raise it.
Pick up there.
And what about the training? The training for Ken's is unlimited. So no matter what you need, because you're going to run into things, you have to train new people. We do not charge for the training ever. It's unlimited training. We want you to get the most for your money. So Middle Georgia Regional in the old new mall, and Ken's and the best brands and the on-site training, and this is what we do. All right, in a medium-sized conference room, you see the big conference room. In a medium-sized conference like this, you can still do a screen. Now, this was a blessing. I'm sure you see in a cutaway of that screen coming down. Having that screen the right size, being tap tension, and it fit up above this countertop piece right here, that doesn't sound like a lot to you, but that's a big deal to us because we like everything to be fit and fancy, if that makes sense. Now, you also can see that we put in-ceiling speakers, got clip in-ceiling speakers that allow us to have proper sound distributed throughout the room. And the blessing of this room is it stays fixed this way. So what we did is, for microphones, we use what they call the huddle pods. And these huddle pods are microphones and speakers. So when they go to a Zoom meeting like this, like we're already set up to go to a Zoom or a team room, you see I've got my robotic camera camera up above right there, and the robotic camera has a wide angle that sees the entire room. You place these in the room, and they will pick up about 8 to 10 people in any direction like this, an omnidirectional microphone built in, and they have their own charging base, so you can just put them right back onto the charging base when you're ready. So there's no wires. The blessing of that is a lot of these conference rooms you'll see, and if you have one of those conference, they just have cords everywhere, and that's just what we're trying to get away from. There's a Blackmagic switcher that allows us to put PDF files up here, or it allows us to put our Zoom or Team Room up here. The blessing of that is everything can be done wireless and or wired, and we have microphones. So what are we dealing with here? I have a Sony laser projector. I'm sure you've seen the cutaway now. The idea behind a laser projector is, and Sony being really the best quality you can buy, is that they don't have to have lamps or filters, so there's none of that crazy maintenance. And they are crystal clear bright. I did this one single image like this to show you that just with a basic image, it is crystal clear. You can read anything that has to do with their staff. And the idea is they can change everything on the fly. You're seeing the cutaway of the motorized button in the back that allows us to raise it up and down. You can do that with a remote control and or switch. But we were a part of this from ground zero, kind of bringing it all together. So the idea is whether they have 200 people in a room, or they have 25 people in the room. And I'm sure you've seen just a basic cutaway of some of the small rooms we did too, that is for 5 or 6 people. We do the video conferencing, we do the sound, we do the projectors, we do the flat panels, and best part is we do the service on site. This is what we do. Hey, thank you so much. I'm real grateful for your time, and this infomercial has been such a blessing for us to be able to show your ideas to people that are building houses or building businesses or doing cars or doing side-by-sides and motorcycles and fire trucks and all kind of stuff that you guys have allowed us to do over the many years. Again, just coming after our birthday from 1978 to now, and we are so grateful as a family to be able to do what we do. There's 25 guys and girls that work for us that do exactly that. We are all about serving you and making sure you know that we are grateful for the fact that you choose to use your hard-earned money to spend with our Macon and our Warner Robins superstores. Now, do we come to you? Of course we come to you. Here's the phone number. My phone number comes up, and my brother's phone number comes up. We are the owners of the company. We're the second generation, and then our third gens, which of course you just saw my third gen nephew, who's a part of this thing now. We've been raising him in the system since he was about 16 years old. And the blessing of that is you'll know that there is family dialed in to serving you the best possible we can. Now, how do you keep up with us? Well, in 1978, you would open up the newspaper on Sunday and see our ad. But now it's a different world. There's our social media. Idea behind that is through YouTube and through Facebook and through Instagram. You can see all of our stuff like specials and ideas and all the cool things. And this is just a way to keep up with us. We do post our infomercial on the YouTube so that you can see that as if you want to just go back and kind of get ideas. Very cool stuff. Now, in the realm of it, I just want to say this to you. We are grateful, and I always end our infomercial with scripture. In Hebrews 4, verse 12 says, "For the word of God is living and active, sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing to the division of soul and of spirit, and of joints and of marrow, and of discerning the thoughts and the intentions of the heart." And what that means, what it says to me, I've read that Bible so many times, and every time a scripture will say one thing to me, depending on what part of my life I am, and another time it'll say a different thing to what part of my life I am. And when it says double-edged sword, what that means is my Bible is for pruning me and disciplining me, keeping me accountable. It's also to reward me for thinking of my Lord in every walk of my life. I have struggled with sin my entire life, and it haunts me. It really does, and I don't like being in the dark. So I go to my Bible so I can find the light of God, so I can follow Him and not be in the dark. So if you know what I'm being, you're probably amening right now. If you're not, you're going, "That's crazy. He's a sinner." I am. But through the Lord, I was saved, and I'm very grateful for that. You need Him, I need Him, and we need Him together. Come see us at Ken's and Macon and Warner Robins. The idea behind the iPad is, what's y'all's passcode? Okay, we're back in business. All right. Safe and secure. Ready?
Yeah.
Ready, set, go. My third gen nephew, Austin, here with me today. We got a great new show for you. You're going to love it.
Let's get inside and check it all out.
More energy. He was like,
Let's get inside and check.
There you go.
Sorry, I don't have your energy.